Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving deep into the Built by Basics guide. We're going to build a complete, full body workout that you can do, seriously, right from your living room without needing a single piece of special equipment.
So let's be honest, this is probably the first thing that pops into your head when you think about getting fit, right? Do I really have to get a gym membership? Do I need all that expensive equipment to actually see results? Well, let me just say it. The answer is a huge no. The truth? The most powerful piece of workout equipment you'll ever own is your own body. And that's all you need to get started.
Look, I get it. Maybe it's the cost, maybe it's time, or maybe you just don't have a gym nearby. None of that has to be a roadblock anymore. Today, we're giving you the blueprint, the step-by-step guide to building the body you want.
All right, let's dive right in. And we're going to kick things off with the upper body. We're talking about the most effective, tried and true exercises for your chest, shoulders, and triceps. And don't worry, we're starting with the absolute basics. Okay, let's talk about the king of all bodyweight chest exercises, the push-up. Now hold on, don't get discouraged if you can't do a single one right now. That's totally fine. This is a journey. You're going to start simple, literally using a wall for support. Once that feels good, you move to your knees. And honestly, before you know it, you'll be knocking out standard push-ups like a pro. But here's the deal. Form is everything. Please don't flare your elbows way out to the side. You want to tuck them in, kind of at a 45-degree angle to your body. Why? Because that protects your shoulders and puts all the work right where you want it, on your chest. Really focus on feeling that stretch on the way down, and then squeeze your chest to push yourself back up. And hey, once you've got that mastered, you can level up by putting your feet on a chair for a decline push-up. That'll really hit your upper chest. So you might be wondering, how do I actually get stronger? Well, the secret sauce is this thing called progressive overload. It sounds fancy, but it's super simple. All it means is that to keep building muscle, you have to make your workouts just a little bit harder over time. For example, once you can bust out 12 or 15 push-ups, no problem, just throw some books or water bottles in a backpack and put it on. That's it. It's that easy to add a challenge. Okay, let's hit those triceps. Now, dips on a chair are awesome, but they can be a little rough on the shoulders, especially when you're just starting out. And if you feel any pain, seriously, stop. But don't worry, there's a perfect alternative. Just grab a water bottle, fill it up, and you can do overhead extensions or tricep kickbacks. They're way safer for your joints, and they do an amazing job of isolating that muscle. Now for your shoulders. They've basically got three parts, right? The front, side, and back, the delts. And guess what? We can hit all three at home. For the front, you've got pike push-ups. For the side, grab those water bottles again and do some lateral raises. And for the back of your shoulder, you'll do bent over flies. And boom, that's a complete shoulder workout with just your body and a bottle. All right, next up, the power pair, back and biceps. A strong back is literally the foundation of a powerful upper body. But a lot of people think, how can I possibly train my back at home? I don't have a pull-up bar. Okay, pull-ups are the gold standard for back exercises for sure, but let's be real, most of us can't just jump up and do one. That's where Australian pull-ups come in. Find a really sturdy table, lie underneath it, and pull your chest up to the edge. The cool part? You can make it easier or harder just by moving your feet closer or further away. This is the absolute perfect way to build the strength you need for a real pull-up. Now, what about biceps? Here's the secret to a great bicep curl. It's not about how much you can lift, it's all about perfect form. The golden rule: lock your elbows into your sides. They should not move. No swinging your body to get the weight up. Grab a water bottle, a bag of books, whatever, and just focus 100% on squeezing that bicep. Okay, time to move on to what many people consider the single most important muscle group in your entire body: your legs. Seriously, a strong lower body is the true foundation of all your strength and fitness. So we'll start with the classic bodyweight squat. And hey, if you feel a little wobbly at first, no big deal. Just hold onto a chair for balance. To really isolate each leg, you've got Bulgarian split squats. Then, to hit those inner thighs, we'll do some lateral squats. And finally, don't you dare forget your calves. Find a step or a thick book and knock out some calf raises. That's it. You've just hit every major muscle in your lower body. All right, let's talk abs. And I need to give you a crucial piece of truth here. You can do 1,000,000 crunches a day, but you will not see a six-pack if your body fat percentage is too high. It's just a fact. Ab exercises build the muscle, absolutely, but your diet is what gets rid of the layer on top so you can actually see them. So when you do train your abs, let's make sure you're doing it right. Don't just mindlessly lift your shoulders off the floor. The real key is to consciously contract your ab muscles. Try to imagine you're touching your upper abs to your lower abs. You're trying to pull your rib cage down to your pelvis. It's a tiny, controlled movement that is all about that squeeze. Okay, we've got the exercises for every single muscle group. So now for the fun part. Let's put it all together into a super simple, super effective weekly plan that you can literally start tomorrow. You know, having a solid structure is the key to being consistent. So we're going to use a classic workout routine. Sometimes people call it a bro split. It's actually perfect for beginners because you just focus on one or two muscle groups each day. So like Monday could be chest and triceps, Tuesday is back and biceps, Wednesday you'll hit legs and shoulders. It's great because it gives every muscle plenty of time to rest and recover before you hit it again. And for every exercise we've talked about, a great target to aim for is about 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Once that starts to feel manageable and you're not super sore the next day, go ahead and add a 4th set to keep the challenge going. Okay, so we've covered the what to do and the how to do it, but you know, the single most important part of all of this for long-term success, it's not a specific exercise, and it's not the schedule. It's your mindset. For just a second, I want you to completely forget about counting reps. The two things that are really going to determine your progress are your form and your range of motion. Listen, one single perfect rep is worth so much more than 10 sloppy ones. You have to concentrate and actually feel the muscle that you're trying to work. And that brings me to the final and maybe the most important piece of advice I can give you. Motivation. It's a great feeling, right? But it's fleeting. It comes and goes. Discipline is what gets you to do the work on the days when you have zero motivation. And it's that discipline that builds consistency. And at the end of the day, consistency is the only thing that gets you results. So there you have it. You now have the complete blueprint. The common excuses, no time, no money, no gym, they're gone. The path forward is crystal clear. So the only question left to ask is, what's your first move?